Hey, IDC family. Thanks for watching the IDC daily videos. Today, got a conversation with Ben Palka, who is one of the pastors at King's Church. King's was a church that Ben and Wesley, the pastor there, we got to send out a couple years ago to plant a church in DC. And so Ben's just going to update us about what's going on with them in particular during the coronavirus season. So thanks for taking the time, man.
Sure, man. Hey, everybody. Good to see you all. We planted about 2.5 years ago, and we're currently in the heart of Washington, D.C. Thank you for all your support, your love, your care for us. We're enduring the coronavirus with you all, and bearing through it. So, yeah, we're
Ben, back up for everybody real quick, and just tell everybody how were things leading up to coronavirus? You guys were kind of hitting a little bit of a stride. Is that fair to say? What did that look like?
Yeah, we were doing really well. We're still holding up. We had about 70 members, a little over 100 each service, 5 small groups, and hitting strides in DC. So,
what did ministry look like for you guys?
Ministry looked like a lot of meetings, a lot of meeting new people, a lot of networking, a lot of member care, and a lot of events.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. And then you guys, tell us when everything hit, like, was it quick? Was it sudden or gradual? Like, how did it, coronavirus that is?
Yeah, it hit us really, really hard, really fast. So DC is, particularly our church, is filled with interns, college students, and short-term workers. And so, immediately we lost 25% within a week. We had college students go back home, people lose their jobs that went back home, people that felt uncomfortable that left the city because it's, urban area, and some government workers, just appointees, leave pretty quick. So yeah, it was a pretty big hit, and then it stabilized after the first week or so, and it's just been somewhat of a trickle, but it's pretty stable now.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what does church look like for you guys right now? Are you guys doing a live stream or something like that? Like what's it look like for services?
We do one live stream a week. Okay. And we do it at 10:30 from this little apartment right here.
Do you do it all? Do you like play the guitar and everything?
We wish we don't have musical ability among Wesley and I, but we just one of us sits here, the other one sits here, and we just do kind of a typical service without music and teach. So It's about an hour long, and it's going well. Yeah.
What do you guys teach it through right now?
We're teaching through Philippians.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll finish the book this week, and then from there we don't know yet. So didn't really plan this long for this to be this long, but it's looking like it'll be a little bit longer. So.
And how is DC doing? Like, is it still pretty much on lockdown? Is it starting to open back up? Where's it at?
Yes. So it was the lockdown was until, or the shelter in place order was till mid-May. I think till to tomorrow it would expire, but it was just extended till June 8th. So yeah, I think the city it feels dead. It feels a little bit quiet, but
which is like way opposite from normal, I would assume.
Absolutely. Yeah. Traffic is easy. You can get a mile now in 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whereas before it was 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So certain places.
Right. That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
What about like ministry, particularly kind of outward facing? Like, are you guys doing anything in particular, trying to like engage people right now? Is that possible? Or are you just encouraging people, like engaging their neighbors? What options are available to you guys right now?
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is, I don't know if you guys are seeing this too, but for us, whereas a month ago we were hitting, as far as a Sunday service, 100 or so, we're seeing both our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube live streams, there's been weeks where it's hit up to 400 views. So we're counting that as a blessing, just to quadruple reach. But we're encouraging small groups to bring friends, people that are interested, reconnect, friends and family, acquaintances, and we've seen some of that in some of our groups. And then we've kept up with people who are moving into the city, that were planning on moving into the city all the way back in like January. We have 5 or 6 people kind of in the wings that are moving back. But other than that, there's not really ways that we found. I mean, I'm curious if you guys have come up with ways how to do outreach during this.
Yeah, I think primarily encouraging folks to be, living missionally within their much smaller circles at this point, with neighbors and coworkers if possible. But it definitely does look different. So maybe that's bread and butter for our church. We've got a couple partner organizations that we've tried to link arms with and meet their needs, just depending on what their ministry looks like, and try to funnel our folks. And so we've been able to do that. We've got some, but even those organizations are having to restrict in some ways just because of all the regulations, which is right and good. But we've been able to see some of our folks get plugged in and delivering food, meals for families that may be dependent on school lunches, that kind of thing. So we've got some folks doing that. We've got some other folks in another context that are on kind of in quarantine. And so our folks are delivering food to them that are like some refugees. So stuff like that, but it definitely is, it's a real challenge to kind of find those safe ways to kind of funnel people.
Yeah.
I know this is, you don't have to get into details or anything like that, but anytime you talk to a church planner, one of the things that's somewhere hovering around in their brain is like what the state of finances are. And then you talk about like losing 25%. How are you guys doing, to the extent that you're comfortable sharing? Like, does this create a lot of uncertainty for you guys as a church when it comes to the financial situation, or do you guys feel like you're on solid footing?
It's interesting. At first, of course, losing 25%, you go, oh my goodness. But we actually saw our giving in the month of March and April double.
Oh, wow. Praise God.
Yeah. So pretty awesome. Now we're a little bit, as we think about the future, what we saw is that once we had a critical mass of like 50 or 60 people, we saw more and more and more people start to come. And so we're looking at the future now as like, whereas let's say we had figured 125 people or 150 people would be attending and participating in this work in August. Now we're looking at 100 or so. Let's be hopeful. And, that changes the budget projections. So it's kind of a both and. It's like super stoked about the generosity of our members and attenders and those who are saying we're all in for this mission. And then also slightly concerned about what the future looks like as kind of the numbers of prospective involvement have decreased. But overall, it's super encouraged by the generosity of our folks.
Yeah. Do you guys have expectation that as things open back up and people will start to flood back into the city, like could there be like a bump back up, not necessarily with money, but when it comes to just folks that have left, do they intend to come back, or do you think that this is more permanent for some of those that have?
I think I know some will return. I know others, this is kind of a reset for them, or they had pre-existing thoughts about maybe this wasn't the endeavor as far as DC goes, of where they wanted to live or how they wanted their career to play out. So I think some of those probably won't return.
Right.
And I think that's okay. That's within God's sovereignty. But I do think others will come back, and we're obviously excited to have them back.
That's good. Yeah. Maybe let's go with just any particular things you feel like the Lord's been teaching you guys, maybe you and Wes, or you're seeing the Lord doing in the church body that you guys have, like just ways that he's moving or things that he's teaching you guys that we can celebrate with you?
I think patience is a big one. I think, patience. I think that's a real big.
Yeah.
With with all that we've done our best in faith to create the last few months, trusting that it's in good hands, and patience with people as they wrestle with anxiety and fear and new thoughts as a result of the virus.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we can pray along with Paul that you would be strengthened with all power according to his glorious might for all encouragement and patience with joy, right? And so giving thanks to the Father. So we'll pray that you guys would learn that lesson of patience, but also be able to rejoice even in that as the Lord is continuing to be faithful to you guys. So, man, thank you so much. Thanks for the update. And we're just encouraged by you guys' faithfulness. Really pray that this opens up a lot of doors for the gospel for you guys. I'm sure in a context, especially like that, the unsettledness of all this will hopefully create many opportunities for you guys to really be bold witnesses and speak the gospel into people's lives that are maybe asking questions in ways that they weren't before. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you, bro.
Absolutely. Thanks for the time, man.
Good to see you.